Hi, I'm Unique Model, aka Shantae Renee P for Positivity, and this is a channel for love and healing. And I want you to know that love begins with you, and it absolutely does. Be the love you want to see manifest in your life, and it will come. So this is a message, and also I had a dream pertaining to part of the message. Um, this video is going to be about the narcissistic spirit. When I first started on my healing journey, narcissistic videos would pop up, and then I would hear sometimes readers talk about, narcissists, and I'm like, well, I didn't have that to deal with. I don't know anything about that. And that was the beginning of last year, the beginning of 2020. So I would say sometime over the summer, the narcissistic or narcissist videos started popping up again on my feeds for when I was watching YouTube. And I said, well, let me just look into it, because a lot of people talk about it. I really don't know exactly what it is, what a narcissist is. So I believe they consider it a disorder, but in my opinion, it is a spirit. And to be around a narcissist or someone who has a narcissistic spirit can be detrimental to your well-being. I know this because after I started watching and learning, I was actually, one of my caregivers was actually a narcissist. And they will have you snowed, making you feel like everything is your fault. You are the bad one. You are wrong. And that actually makes sense now, because I always think when things went wrong in like my life, everything was always my fault. But it wasn't always my fault. But because of the upbringing that I had, that's where that came from. It was something that was already planted in me from childhood, as I saw 222 on the phone. So it is time to start balancing those things out. And once I start healing and I'm recognizing and I'm seeing this, you can't do anything with a narcissist, someone who has a narcissistic spirit. You can't do anything. That has to be something dealt with by God, the universe. You can't do anything. You can't do anything to appease them. People who usually have some sort of narcissistic person attached to them turn into people pleasing, or turn into a people pleaser. But nothing you will ever be able to do will be good enough for them. Someone with a narcissistic spirit has had something happen to them that has made them feel so low and so down and so unloved. As I saw 3:33 on the clock. That they feel the need to continuously go after others. And this is how they get their high and how they get their supply. They go after other people's characters. They go after other people's dreams. They, downplay so many things about other people, but it's actually projections of how they actually feel about themselves. So this is actually what I'm experiencing is coming to a head now. I can feel it. Before I left the house, I was actually waking up from a nap, and my mom says to me that I don't care about nobody else, and I would see her thrown out on the street instead of apologizing to my grandmother, who has the narcissistic spirit. And I know this because I've seen it. I've been feeling it, but it was actually shown to me in a dream. So I go into telling her, I'm not doing this with you. And so, of course, I'm getting up now and putting on my shoes, because I'm like, you all been arguing all day. and yes, you're arguing about me, but I'm not entertaining anymore. God told me to put my weapons down. I'm not entertaining that anymore. I've stood up for myself, and it's not gonna get through. It's not my fight anymore. I'm over it. I'm done. So I go into telling her about this dream, and telling her that God showed me that my grandmother has two attachments to her. She had two shadow figures attached to her. And lately, a lot of my dreams, or mostly a lot of my dreams pertaining to my family, they were centered around my grandmother's house. But at this particular dream, it was actually at my mom's house. But this one was actually at my dad's mom's house. So, as my mother's mother was leaving my grandmother's house, my dad's mom, I was trying to yell, you devil, and my voice was quiet. I couldn't yell it out, like she was trying to silence me. And as she's walking down the stairs, she has these two shadow figures on either side of her. And she's looking back at me, smirking, like, I'm gonna quiet you. But no, you're not gonna quiet me. And that was actually something that came up over the summer, where two of my aunts were talking, and they were talking about getting whoopings. And one aunt said she only got one whooping from my grandmother. And the other aunt said, her entire life. The other aunt said, well, she got one at least every year. Well, I said, well, why did I get beat all the time? I got way more beatings than y'all. Like, she beat me more than my own parents. Like, I can count on one hand the times that my parents have actually laid hands on me. And I can't even count on two hands how many times my grandmother laid hands on me. So I was told it's because I talk too much. So still to this day, she is still trying to quiet me. And that's why the battle has been so strong, and I won't shut up. I'm not going to. I know I have a purpose. And I'm to help other people wake up and see the things that are going on that are in this toxic family, and that this is spiritual warfare. It is definitely spiritual warfare. And because of who she is, and because of who I am, and the things that, the way people perceive me, because they really don't know me. Like, a couple of people I would talk to, but no one knows me. I didn't live here for like 20 years. They don't know me. I moved back 2 years ago. So, and actually in the last year and a half, I've grown spiritually so much, and I'm learning so much. And it's like, once you learn and you figure things out, you can't go back. You can't go back to dumbing yourself down. You can't go back to the nonsense. You just can't. So, getting back to me leaving the house, I'm telling my mom trying to tell her about the dream, but she's like, stop with the bullshit. And y'all know my mom does not cuss. And if y'all know me, my mom does not cuss. So the anger has transferred to her from the source. And I could feel it, like my arm just started burning. And I'm just like, I am not about to sit in this. This is too much. Like, I literally had like the greatest morning. And I wrote a poem and talked to someone on the street, giving them a word of encouragement. And I literally just want to take a nap and wake up and not have to deal with any negativity. Because it's like, all the time it's like constant negativity when you're in the environment of a narcissist. Nobody is safe. And narcissists have a way of putting on this mask and this front in front of certain people. But other people who they don't deem as worthy get the brunt end of a whole bunch of ish. I mean, it's just like the stuff that's going on right now is just so unreal and so unimaginable. So, excuse me. Um, I was led to share this experience. Um, I didn't feel comfortable doing it, and I'm double checking. You really want me to talk about this? Because I'm like, I talk about it, and it's probably going to be seen, and then the aftermath. But I was told earlier this week, when I was doing a spiritual bath, because yes, I hear in the spirit. A lot of people don't realize that God talks to me as well as other people who have passed on. So, is one of my gifts, and I have to believe in what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and what I dream. And that's actually how I've made it this far, believing in the things. Because yes, it has been hard to believe in myself because of what was shown to me and how I was treated as a child and how they continue to try to treat me. Some people, and right now I am public enemy number one. Everything is my fault. I am disrespectful. I am evil, which they are just actually projections of who that person is, which I've said this in another spiritual warfare video. The narcissist will project their own energy onto you, have you feeling like it's yours. But I rebuke that. That is not my energy. That is not me. That is not who I am as a person. God has shown me who I am. God tells me who I am. And I don't care what you do. You can say as many negative things to me, about me, to others, to my face. I don't receive it. I don't receive it. So this poem actually came to me in September, and I actually, when I was writing it, I felt weak. Like I just all of a sudden felt it was like a power that was over me, and I just got really weak. But this is to my grandmother, my mother's mom. You no longer have reign. It's time for you to be silent. No more of you being violent with your actions, your words, or your intentions. Oh, and I forgot to mention, your time has come to reap what you have sown. Your reign tactics have finally grown to the point of no return. The Most High wished you would have learned by now. You are not the God likeness you believe you are. Yes, He has kept you afloat thus far, but you took His blessings for His weaknesses. Always starting a bunch of mess with others you felt were beneath you. Always belittling God's other children that were assigned to you. Treating some like gold and others as if they were mold. My, you have been so bold throughout your reign. No longer will you remain in charge of the family that was a gift to you. No longer will you be able to continue the negative things that you do. The time has come for the ultimate breakthrough, returning the family to anew. Newness is all around. No longer will this family be bound to your recklessness and your unnecessary sadness. You will soon witness the blessedness placed upon the ones coming up, the blessedness of the ones that never gave up on the family being healed. The joy you tried to steal will be restored. No more detours because your reign is over. No more of others bending over, taking whatever you dished out. It is finally time for the chosen ones to shout. Victory for all of those who wish. No more of you being the main dish or the main course. No more of the so-called fallen ones having to live in remorse from what you have spoken over them, making them feel as if they were nothing, knowing damn well that they were something special, something great, someone who others could relate, but their self-esteem was chipped away or demolished. You didn't realize God was polishing them for this time. You may not bow out gracefully, but it probably would be best. You have failed the final test. The family is being healed as we speak because of His divine will. So that came to me, and it was a word. It was a word for me. It was a word for my family, because a lot of them don't realize that that is what we're up against, and this is spiritual warfare. And I'm gonna do my part, and hopefully I'll have some help soon, because it's been a little tiring, I'm just saying. But that is all that I have for you today. I don't think I have anything else. Where's my little thingy? I don't feel it. There it is. So don't give up. Get away from the narcissist, because you can't help them. You can pray for them, but no one physically is equipped to deal with that. It is a whole spirit. It's a whole spirit. No one's equipped to deal with that. Not in the physical. With help, yes, but not in the physical. So praying for her deliverance, praying for my deliverance as well, because it's really sad, and I see it's not just me that is actually going through things. These things trickle down through the family, and it's other family members that are having issues with other family members, and in their relationships. So trust me, I get it and I understand, but just stay prayerful, stay hopeful, be blessed. And I believe that's it. Sending you loving healing. I appreciate you. Make sure you appreciate yourself. And remember, happiness is homemade. Feed your body some good shit, mind, body, and spirit. Have a wonderful day. Bye.